Rolling.
That was the quickest drop in ever. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the Ignite Your Purpose show, podcast and show with your boy Massimo from Canada and my main man, Mr. Johnny B from the UK. We, as always, appreciate your time. We know you could be anywhere in the world and you is right here with us, and we appreciate that. We love doing this. We're having fun. Today, John doesn't even know what the hell I'm talking about, so I'm going to drop it on him and all of you as well at the same time, is this. The last couple conversations we've had with John going on his walk, off the air, John and I have talked about doing a podcast on the three words, you are going to die. Or is that three words? You are going, well, I made it four, but anyway, you will die.
Yeah, we'll go.
And we had a show yesterday and the day before about ego and a question from a viewer that came in about the ego. So I wanted to talk about my class. And last week in class, one of the things that comes up since Soto's in all the time is this. The statement that you are not important, however, you do matter. And what I want to talk to you about is this. We were talking about ego so much. I don't know what John's doing. What's this?
Could you say that again?
You are not important, however, you do matter. So it's one of the philosophies in Soto Zen, and I'm sure a few other Buddhisms and stuff like that. Yes, yeah. And the thing that got me was we've had some conversations about ego and how the ego controls us. That we're the center of our own universe. We think we are the center of the universe. Some people say that about London, New York, and Toronto. Right? People from there think they're the center of the universe. And no disrespect to them, I'm just using it as a metaphor.
Yeah.
And what I want to get at is one of the new students in class. Now, I remember this 8-10 years ago when that first came up, and I was like, well, I'm a rapper, I do this, I do that. How do we, how does that make sense? She could not fathom this. It would just boggle her mind. She's like, I have to be important. Like, I don't understand what you mean. I am not important. And I just want to talk about how the ego completely overtook her. And what I want to say is this. In our societies today, you look at the greats who have just passed, your Tom Petty's, your Prince, your David Bowie, the journalist who just passed last week. How long did they stay in social media world and on the newsreels? It was 24 hours tops, right? We all care so much, and then it's over. So all I'm trying to say is this. The world keeps on spinning, whether John dies from his 84-kilometer or mile run. If I lift too much in CrossFit tomorrow and I'm gone, the world keeps spinning. However, the energies and the vibes we put out to this show and to those around us, they do matter. John, after that entire rant, how do you feel about that statement? How does that resonate with you? I don't know if I've ever mentioned that to you before, so I'm just trying to rush that through to you as well.
Thanks, mate. I was kind of waiting for you to say, and here's my spin on this. This is how it relates to my life.
Well, I can drop a little on that if you wanted me to.
I think I've heard it before. I certainly, where I am right now, I understand it. How often do you hear somebody say, I can't believe he behaves like that, he does this and he does that, he's so selfish. And then if I walked up to that person and said, have you just heard yourself? Does that mean if he thinks about himself like that because you're behaving that way, you think about yourself like that? We all view ourselves as the center of the world, as you said. I'm struggling. I might need to process this and answer it tomorrow.
Well, here's my take on it. Just so you get it. Not so you get it, but just so you get my vibe on it. It's, to me, that statement, after I sat with it like you want to do right now, it's freeing. All right, like you and I have run companies. We've had staff. We have our hustles. We work our finger to the bone. We grind. And at the end of the day, when you and I have talked about this before, like, it's freeing to think, you know what, if we can't do it, or if we don't make that deadline, or we don't make that meeting and it doesn't go our way and somebody else takes it on, or does it for us, or it doesn't go in for us, whatever the case may be, then we're freed, man. It wasn't meant to be. The universe said, hey, you're going to have a day off instead, or, that energy wasn't for you. So for me, it's freeing. And then it's also empowering to know everything I do every day, from opening a door for an elderly lady or buying somebody a cup of tea, matters.
I would like to say they say that the value for which you've contributed to the world comes down to what will people say after you. And you've just mentioned that Prince, Tom Petty, whoever, 24 hours later, we've forgotten about them, and we might hear a song, but very
Yeah.
rarely will we say, "Oh, there's Prince. He died last year. Wasn't he incredible? Did you hear about how he came?" But I think in that scenario, I would rather be remembered not for what I created, but how I behaved each and every day and interacted with people in my daily life. And for people to say, "Yeah, John, he's even now, John, yeah, he's a nice guy." I remember when I met Emma's nephew and niece, or mum and dad, I can't remember which it was, and they said, "Yeah, he's just normal." And what an incredible compliment in this day and age. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
John, just normal. And so, yeah, everything you do is important. Like holding the doors open, saying please, saying thank you. It's these simple gestures and habits each and every day that actually create the good version of ourselves, the honest, genuine versions, rather than the egotistical who's always seeking something next, and
There you go.
the pat on the back for something they have done for themselves. Usually, I'll open this door for something because I'll get the thank you, not because you want to do it because it's the right thing to do.
There you go. Exactly. And it ties into like the conversation we had the last couple of days, right? If we can learn to free that ego, as much as I understand the ego is very important to us, because through my studies, I understand that the shadow side is important as well. Your dark side is important. But if we can free that ego, we've actually freed ourselves from our own enslavement, right?
Yeah,
Because once we understand that we aren't that important, then it's just cool. Let's just get on with it.
it is.
Let's just get on with what we're here to do.
Yeah, I remember going to. I've been to a couple of Christian's classes. Christian is the Zen Buddhist Zen. I'm not even sure how to describe him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of his classes with Max over the past 3 or 4 years, and sort of I've often sat there and thinking, "What the fuck is this, man?" Because it just blew my mind about the self and the ego and the reactions and and I was thinking, I have not got a freaking clue what you're talking about. And it's only been over years that these things have dropped in. Now, Max, at time, he's been doing it week in, week out for years, months and years at a time. And Max would say he's only baby steps into it. So
I am. I totally am.
I can't wait to delve, to find the time and the space to delve into it. So worth it, guys, girls.
Very worth it. So just in ending, I'll say this. Again, once you can free yourself and understand you aren't that important. Again, as always, easier said than done. I still struggle with it every day. I'm not a monk that lives, in some mountain that doesn't interact with people. So of course the ego is going to come up every day because it thinks it's the center of the universe. That's just what it does. But again, if you can think that you are not that important, but you do matter, you are somewhat freed.
Yeah, and I've got maybe I think I heard this last week, something for you to go away and try. So the next occasion when you're feeling pissed off or angry or resentful, and or
in
just
about 10 minutes.
Yeah, as soon as you get back into the walk in like that.
Yep.
Your big floppy hat on and bells and shit. So next time you feel yourself getting wound up, getting emotional about something, remember it's just an emotion, and see if within 90 seconds you can clock it's happening. I'm getting angry. I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting resentful. I'm getting depressed. I'm talking negative things.
Yep.
And just stop and think. Just breathe. Just stop and take 5 big breaths and think. Try and think of one thing you're grateful for in that second that flips your mind from negative to positive.
I'm alive, baby.
Oh,
I am alive.
oxygen is fresh. Oh, my feet feel really comfortable in my shoes. The sun on my face, or the wind, or smelling the blossom, or it sounds all airy fairy. But if there's something you can do in that moment, change it from, oh, for fuck's sake, that.
Yep.
We'll just drag that negative energy. You're just trying to drag things in from other people rather than sharing your energy and vibrations. And it sounds woo-woo, but it's fucking awesome.
It's the real deal, baby.
No bad thought, 90 seconds, start breathing, one good thought. Me to you, I'm out of here.
Amen, brother. As always, people, we appreciate you for tuning in. We know you could be anywhere in the world and right here with us. And that's a beautiful thing. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And we know that there's people out there listening who don't necessarily comment or they've got their privacy set, but we appreciate you. Appreciate you guys also. So thanks very much. Don't be shy, chip in, and we'll speak to you all tomorrow.